How do you as a leader manage the balance?
I'm for the long term, but consistency for me, it's more important than just doing things one time. So if we do not adapt, we fall behind.
What unique commercial models have proven most effective for telecom operators?
But you need to be able to identify your customer.
Hello Sobat Telecom, welcome to Talk2Connect, and in this episode we're going to have a one-on-one conversation with leaders who are here, of course, present at the EDCH 2025. Now today we are going to delve deeper into a topic that covers commercial strategy and future-ready mindsets in digital telecom. This is really important because in the age of disruption, great commercial strategy means aligning innovation with customer needs and, of course, turning transformation into long-term growth. Of course, we have picked the right expert and leader to converse about this. We have Mr. Stanley Manzini, Commercial Director of EDCH, with us here today. Thank you for coming all the way to Bali.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Should I say apa kabar teman-teman? Piye kabare?
You've been to...
We must accommodate everyone, you know. Thank you.
Have you been to Indonesia before? I mean, lived in Indonesia?
A little bit.
But Mr. Stanley, we're going to delve deeper into our topic straight away. We're going to start with digital commercial strategies in telecom. From your perspective, how is digital transformation reshaping commercial strategy for telecom players worldwide?
I think, first of all, I'm happy that we are talking about activating future-ready mindsets in the age of disruption. And when you look at the mindset shifts that goes with digital transformation, we need to first look at the evolution where we come from. Do you remember during those days when we had 1G?
Yes.
And then we had 2G, and the transformation kept going on. But then now comes 4G, 5G. It's all data-centric now. So if we do not adapt, we fall behind. So if we talk about transformation, instead of being voice-centric, the question now is, are you data-centric? Because that's what everyone uses. I mean, I was looking now where they just developed a 6G test in Japan at 1.2 petabytes.
How's that going to affect business models, though? Because we're talking commercial strategy here, and you mentioned we don't want to fall behind. What does that actually entail?
I think, for example, I mean, I was in one country last week, in one region, where they are still using voice, by the way. And they've got packages for voice. And I'm thinking, this is so old school. Because if we are moving forward, you need to have packages for voice. For data, sorry, to me. Because that's where everyone is going. If you are the head of roaming, for example, you need to have outbound data roaming packages. That is being relevant. Locally, you also need to go data. So as long as people have data, then they can be able to use the service. Otherwise, if you don't adapt, you will be left behind.
That hits reality very hard, which means like roaming systems are very interesting, especially 10, 15 years ago, where I'd be using an Indonesian number. Compatibility between different countries are so vastly different. But in markets across Africa, APAC, and Middle East, what unique commercial models have proven most effective for telecom operators?
I think, of course, there are some countries where they have a lot of challenges. I mean, like I said, I was in this one country where they are having electricity issues. So there is a lot of challenges when it comes to the network stability, and particularly the data network. So in such countries, it makes sense to be voice-centric, right? But now, if you look at the general markets that we have today, where the network is stable and our data infrastructure is also stable, then I'm saying it is good to just go data-centric all the way, but provide various data package models. We're talking about commercial strategy. We are not talking about a place where one size fits all, but you need to be able to identify your customers. First of all, we are there to acquire subscribers. If you don't have subscribers, you don't have customer, why even come to office? So we have to acquire, retain, and grow. Now, without a proper commercial strategy, we've got some countries whereby the churn rate is so high. I think I'm in one of them. The churn rate is so high.
Yeah.
So if you don't wake up, you're gonna end up losing your customers.
And customers now have specific demands because they have access to information of better and bigger. So EDCH has been at the forefront of enabling businesses through commercial innovation. How do you see partnerships accelerating telecom digitalization in this age?
I'm happy that you are mentioning the word partnership, because at the end of the day, someone says if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with the team.
Yeah.
So this is time that we have a different change in our mind shift, moving away from silos into collaboration. Because when we work together as a team, we can achieve more.
Yeah.
So that's why as EDCH, we are working with various partners who are effective in other skills. And in some places, we use competition, where we ride on each other's strengths. Because competition, instead of us competing, but I look at you and say, what are you strong at? And what are my strengths? And therefore, we ride on each other's strength, and together we win. So as EDCH, yes, we are even moving away from the normal clearing business, whereby now we're becoming a chosen data enabler for edge networks.
Yeah.
That's why nowadays we even have something for e-health digital solutions, because at the end of the day, we have to add value. So it's not just about giving price. It's also the value add that we bring into it, which is very important.
I like that, the value added. Beyond, we've spoken about roaming and traditional services, where do you see the next frontier of value creation when it comes to telecom operators?
So as telco operators, every time when you go to work, ask yourself, what am I doing to help my organization increase revenue? You increase revenue by being relevant, providing solutions which the users are looking for. How do I help my organization to cut costs? Nowadays, we're talking about AI and automation. I know some engineers, once you talk about AI, people say, but AI will take away our jobs. No. AI is nothing without a human being, because you still need me. We're supposed to be using AI for our benefit. For example, to augment our decision thinking, to automate the repetitive tasks, to improve our efficiencies.
Yeah.
Who has to use it? Because AI cannot think. I mean, for me, AI's thinking is finite, but the human thinking is infinite, because AI will work based on the data that they have. So MNOs should focus on how can they help their organizations to increase revenue, reduce cost, and prevent revenue leakage.
Certainly, it's very interesting, because I know that a lot of people seem to be very afraid that AI will take jobs away, but it's actually an opportunity to create more jobs for humans to be more innovative as well.
Yes, exactly. And so, to be innovative in a faster way, because what you are thinking about, maybe AI, there is already an answer there. But at the same time, even though there's AI, we need to go beyond into the creative space. You see, what happens, the reason why we don't reach the end is because we always think about where we are now. But think about where you are going. Imagine how things will be tomorrow. They say success belongs to those who get there first. The future belongs to those who get there first. So we need to shift our mindset. We need to move away also from productivity to being profitable. Because running fast in a wrong lane will slow you down.
That's certainly very interesting, because I think in the previous work habit, you may say, before this change and transformation is happening, people used to identify themselves based on how much they're able to do in a day, with that help, of course, and also how fast they're able to do alone. But it's a time where you need to be brave enough to, what you're trying to say is brave enough to actually start being smarter.
Yes, it's like the whole element of working hard versus working smart. At the end of the day, remember, it's the results.
Do you think
companies don't pay people for how qualified you are, but companies pay you for what you can deliver?
It's something really interesting because mindset change doesn't happen without education.
Yes.
How do you think can telco companies support this transformation in mindset?
Yeah, I think
in terms of education.
In terms of education, I like that. We have an EDCH Academy Training Center, which is basically targeted at mobile operator engineers, and we are targeting at the leaders. And the aim is to transform them from just knowing things into becoming pioneers of innovation, so that they move out from the element of knowing into execution. There are many people who know a lot of good things, but they are not
executors.
Yeah. So now that's why at EDCH Academy we transform leaders into executors. And we also transform leaders so that they can be in the creative element space. Because when you are in the creative element space, that's when you start moving away from just watching things happen to making things happen.
Making things happen.
Yes.
Now, as a commercial leader, how do you balance the need for immediate financial results with long-term digital investments in telecom? Because we know that when we talk about infrastructure, it takes time. Those are more long-term investments. How do you as a leader manage the balance?
There is a differentiation between signal and noise. You know, the signal, I had this one from my son just recently. The signal is like you think about something and you say, you write steps, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start now. But the noise, you hear about something, you say, this is good, I will do it someday. There is no timeline. It's just noise. And at the end of the day, it ends up not being done. So if we want to get far, I believe having a long-term vision is good, but take that long-term vision, break it into smaller steps, and start doing it. At the end of the day, it's not what you do one shot. I mean, it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, you don't just sit there and say, I will go to the gym once a week. But it's what you do consistently, every day, that matters a lot. So when it comes to this, long term, I'm for the long term, but consistency for me, it's more important than just doing things one time.
How does talent development, in terms of continuous learning, shape the future of these commercial strategies in the telco industry?
I think talent development plays a major role in life because people have to keep learning. Someone said, if you want to to start aging, stop learning. Yes, if you want to start aging, stop learning. And I like the statement by Alvin Toffler, who said that the greatest, nowadays, the people who are uneducated, it's no longer people who are, he says the uneducated of the 21st century are no longer people who are unable to read or write, but it's those who are unable to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So investing in education, if you want to keep on growing, same as aging, do not stop sending your team to learn. But at the same time, on the same token, I say to the team, you know, formal education will make you an income, or it will make you a living, formal education. But self-education will make you a fortune. So also as an individual, as an employee, go and learn by yourself. Nowadays, we can learn through the online so many things that you need. Develop yourself. So education helps you to also think what could happen tomorrow based on what happened yesterday or based on what is happening. So it gives you the reference point. So do not stop learning. At the same time, when you learn, it will open your eyes in such a way that, you know, like they say, whenever you see a challenge, you know, they say when your mind is weak, everything around you, you will see it as a problem. But when your mind is balanced, you will see challenges. And when your mind is strong, you will see opportunity. So whenever everyone is running and say there are challenges, there are this, but you'll be seeing it opportunities.
Certainly very interesting. You know, I can extract an ample amount of very powerful quotes from this conversation. But to wrap up today's conversation, if you could share one key call to action with telecom leaders at Batik 2025 about building future-ready commercial strategies, what would it be?
I think if I had to look at Batik 2025, I will go according to our slogan from Etisalat, that go for more. There is more, go for more. I mean, it's actually quite interesting to find out that you've had more, you had to close the registration 3 days ago. It's uncommon for most companies, but for the fact that you had to close it because you have gone past the limit by 500, I think that is quite commendable. You have done so well, but what I'm gonna say is that you can go for more still. That's what I can say. And thank you again for this amazing event, I mean, which brings leaders from all over the world where we can learn and we all become a melting pot.
Wow. Wow. I just wanted to say thank you so much for this conversation. It truly was inspiring, Stanley. And I hope you enjoy the rest of Batik 2025 and also get to do more with partnership builds in this year's event.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Sahabat Telecom, that wraps up our conversation, of course, on the commercial strategy and future-ready mindsets in digital telecom. Now, make sure you also follow us on our socials, on Instagram at Telecom Indonesia, subscribe on YouTube at Telecom Indonesia, and do not miss another episode of Talk2Connect. See you on the next episode.